All right, well, welcome everyone to our April National Meeting Night. We're so excited about all these great things that happened this morning, all the announcements that have been made, and all the opportunity that is available to us in the month of April. This is a month like pretty much none that I've ever seen, and I've been with the company since the beginning. Very few months have had me this excited because of the total package that they've given us. So we're going to pick it apart for all of you and help you to figure out what to do with these different pieces and parts. We have some guest interviewees tonight and who have accomplished some really great things recently, and we want to have them share some of their secret sauce with all of us. But the first thing that we really want to do is to acknowledge our Hawaii trip achievers. So, Lindsey, do you want to start? Lindsey, you have some people in your organization who earned the trip to Hawaii.
Yes, I do. Yes, I'm so excited. Congratulations to all of you that are on this call, and those who aren't on here, congratulations to you as well watching later. This is so exciting. I love trips. Trips are my favorite thing. And for all of you that haven't been on one, trust me, you can do it. And for those of you that are getting ready to go, congratulations. So I have Lisa Snow, Cheryl Hogle, Jody Terri, and Deanna, who have earned the trip for two. Woo, 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 woo. And then we have Michelle Nedwick, Mary Kudla, and Heather Driscoll, who've earned the trip for one. Congratulations, girls.
That's great. Congratulations. Terri, how about you?
I have Angie Colby, who's on here. She earned her trip. This will be her third all-expense paid trip. And we have Jess Cipher on here as well. And we have Heather Taylor as well. And they both started in the month of, actually really, Jess started in October and Heather started in November. So
that's ridiculous,
you guys.
Wow, that's great. Congratulations. Oh, that's so fun. I'm so excited. And within my organization, we have Liz Friedman. Liz, how many trips have you earned so far? Is this four? Three?
Four big ones and the two little leader trips.
That's right. Congratulations to you. We've got Shanna Campbell. This is her second trip. Carrie Hertland, this is her 75th trip. I don't even know how many Carrie has earned. And Carrie has earned a trip for two. Stephanie Biter, brand new with us. When did Stephanie start with us? January?
January 17th.
Stephanie Biter started in January.
Awesome.
And earned the trip. You'll be hearing from her tonight, and you can imagine why. She'll be talking to us about booking parties. And Shanna Campbell, I said Shanna Campbell. And Fariba Whiteganot out in San Francisco earned her second trip as well. And Lindsey, Terri, I will be there. Lindsey is a trip achiever for two, and Terri O'Neill is a Sparkle achiever. Oh, and Jacqueline Strominger. Jacqueline's not on tonight, and Jacqueline earned the trip for two as well. And Terri O'Neill is a Sparkle achiever, which is the highest level in the company. I'm sorry, I'm trying to mute Shay again. How did Shay get unmuted? Oh no, it's not you after all. Okay, we got you. We're good. Thank you. All right. So congratulations to all of the trip achievers. Very exciting. So we're kicking off another one today. We'll be talking about that toward the end of our time here. And who knows, when we're at Glam Jam, you never know what else is going to be kicking off once we get to Glam Jam this summer as well, because you know how the company likes to surprise us with things, sort of surprises. So what I want to do first of all is share with you something really fun that happened this morning that was shared with us from the home office. Can y'all see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, let's see if we can do this. We're going to run through the kit video. Wow. Okay. So, as you've noticed, we now have a very special flyer that I'm trying to see if I can get this. This was part of the big news this morning, was this special starter kit. And I'm going to show you, I'm actually wearing all of the pieces right now, and I'll show it to you in just a moment. Special starter kit that includes all of this jewelry, and it's just for April and for May. $139 is $815 in jewelry, and these are among our very best sellers. Here's what's really fun, is that not only is this what's available for new consultants in April and May, but when you sponsor in the month of April only, you, no matter who you are, will be able to earn $500 in jewelry yourself as soon as that new team member goes to Glambassador. This is something that is currently only available for consultants in their Glam plan period in their first 3 months in business. But this is now available for every one of us during the month of April. So if you're in your Glam plan, you get this anyway, but all the rest of us get it in the month of April. So it's another opportunity for us to focus on growing our teams. Now, normally when we start talking about our month, we start talking about bookings and selling and things like that. But this time we're starting off our meeting tonight talking about team building and sponsoring new team members. And so first thing I want to do is I want to show you some of these pieces. So these are some of the earrings.
Those are my favorite earrings in the whole catalog.
They're really gorgeous. And then a pair of these. This little necklace. And this little necklace. And this amazing. I mean, if you only had one necklace in the entire world, it would be this one, I think. And then this one. And then, I don't know, it all looks so sparkly coming out of the boxes today. And this one. Oh, and by the way, these pieces, this beautiful piece and this beautiful piece. This is the most beautiful starter kit. So we're going to talk with you right now about how can you best share the business opportunity with the people around you, people you meet at parties, people that you already know, people in your neighborhood, people who are watching you in your new business. So Terri, I'm going to hand it over to you. Actually, I'm going to hand it over to Lindsey Cavanaugh, because Lindsey is going to be talking with Mary a little bit about some of her best practices. And then Terri is going to be walking us through some really great new practices that she and her team have been exploring and having success with when they're doing their why presentation at their parties. So Lindsey, I'm going to have you take it away.
Thank you, Betsy. Okay, Mary, you can unmute yourself. Can you see me, Mary? Got it. You got it. Okay, perfect. Awesome. I'm so excited to be talking to Mary today and letting her share her best practices with you. When I was thinking of somebody that has really made a big impact in their business, Mary came right to mind. And Mary, I just want you to share with them in your very awesome way that you do it, your best practices. You've had such success with sponsoring. You've had 3 new team members just recently, including one today. And that one today already has somebody else that's interested in the business. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, make it true.
I was trying to point to her, but.
Okay. Well, is she under your desk?
Yeah.
So I'm just so excited for that. So if you could tell them, if you could think of one thing that has brought you to this success with not only your sponsoring, but you have such a growing sponsoring pipeline that you've really never had before. Am I right? You have this pipeline plus all these people coming in that you have to talk to.
Yeah.
What do you contribute that to?
100% party count. Absolutely. I have more parties than I've ever had, and just getting in front of more people, having more options, more people to talk to that's it.
Do these people just all jump up at your parties and say, oh my gosh, I want to sign up?
Yes. No.
So I love that, Mary. So what do you say at the party? Is it tell me, what are you doing at the party that's bringing you this opportunity to follow up or
I'm really did challenge myself, like you guys have been saying, to talk to everybody, ask everybody at checkout if they're interested in the business. After the leader meeting that we had in Vegas, and they discussed asking about the business opportunity and then hosting, I went that route, and I just make sure to ask everyone, even if they mark on their order form not interested. I kind of make a little joke out of it, and I'm like, oh my gosh, you don't like, free jewelry or money? And that just starts the conversation.
Love it. And so what is happening? So for those people that tell you, nope, I'm still not interested, or I'm not interested in the business, what else have you found from committing to asking every single person at checkout?
Right. If they're, a no-go on the business, I said, okay, maybe it's not for everybody, but I'd still love to give you a fun time with your girlfriends. And then it's kind of an easier step into a party that way. And so I have gotten more bookings. And even if it's a, no, not right now, and they had circled a 1, not interested in anything, and I'd gotten that far into the conversation, I could say, well, maybe I can follow up with you. And then I just make a note, and I put them right in the computer, and I follow up.
I love that, Mary. You make it sound so simple. So Mary has a party calendar of, not only did she, recently sponsor 3 people that are booking parties and talking about the business, but Mary has 10 parties on her calendar for April, more than she's ever had. And she already has half of her May booked. But can you just imagine where this April is going to take her with the sponsoring? And Mary, you're really utilizing this.
That was before I found out about Double Host Month.
Right.
So now I have all these people to say, hey, I'm like out of days. I don't have any more days to party. I mean, I have a few, but yeah.
Oh, Mary, that's amazing. That's just incredible. So just think about what you just said to everybody. For me to really just take this in and reiterate it, you simply follow the steps. You committed to following the steps. You committed to checkout. Your checkout has turned your calendar to a very stable, consistent calendar. It's brought you a very big sponsoring pipeline, and you're sponsoring. Yeah. And your wheels are starting to move on its own, right?
Yeah, it's just the steps that are in place already, and just making sure I hit everyone, and it's working.
Wow, I love it. Thank you so much, Mary.
Can I ask her a question? I'm really curious. Mary, tell me, congratulations on all of this. Amazing. I'm wondering, what did it take inside of you to get to where you were willing to offer the business and a party to people who circled a 1?
Yeah.
Circle anything. What was that hard for you internally to get?
It was a little bit uncomfortable because the question is out there, and they've already basically said no. But I figure, what do I have to lose? I might never see this person again. And, they ordered something, so they like the product. I might as well just say, hey, you're not interested. And even if you just say, oh, you're not interested, they usually come up with an answer, an excuse or whatever. And then you can just be like, oh, well, no, you don't have to have it at your house. You can have it at a restaurant or whatever. And that's something maybe they never thought of. So it's just like getting your toe in the door for conversation. And I don't mind talking to people, but yeah, the initial ooh, I don't know if I should talk to them. I just do it. And it worked, so I'm going to keep doing it.
I love it, Mary. Love it. Thank you so much. I mean, yes, it's so darn exciting, and I love watching it. When I see, she's like, oh my gosh, I have another party booked. Oh my gosh, I have another person to talk to. I get an alert. I'm like, holy smokes, what is this girl doing over here? And she just put it, again, it sounds very simple when she says it, doesn't it?
Can I Mary, did you get all these parties dated from the parties by doing the checkout process, or was there something you put into place that all of a sudden you were like, I'm going to go for this and book April solid? Like, was there some specific?
I did not intend to go crazy in April. I had a couple of parties, not all good. I actually had one that was really not great. Very low attendance, low sales, but from that I got a referral. And that referral has spun off into, I should count, I don't know, at least 5 or 6 parties.
Wow.
And the sponsor. So, I mean, never underestimate a small party and what, you can do when you're talking to a small group of people.
So true. I love that.
Good point.
That's
but awesome. I would say, Mary, all of your party calendar has turned around, because when you got 4 solid bookings, you turned those into bookings, which you turned into bookings. You didn't sit at home behind your cell phone every single month right now getting your bookings. You are getting your work done at your party. Would you say that that's finally happening?
Yes.
So you had 4 parties, and then you followed the system from those 4 parties, and you were able to book all these parties from those 4 parties because of the system.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Now here's my question. Now that you know what the new consultant starter kit looks like, what will you do with all of these parties here in April to make sure that your sponsoring rate is really high? What kinds of things are you already thinking that you'll do at your parties?
Well, one, I'm planning to let all of my hostesses for the April know that, oh my God, I was going to give you an extra $100 item or whatever. Now I get to double your rewards. How would you like to, join me in this amazing business? Have you ever thought about something like this before we even get to the party? Start sprinkling information at them and take it from there.
Okay. And then how about once you're there at the party, what kinds of things could you say or do that would intrigue somebody more about the new kit that's available?
Yeah, I'm going to change my address the guest to the starter kit items. And I mean, they're all fabulous. So that's going to be easy to do. And I just think, how can people not be impressed with, you get all that for just giving this business a try? And you have the flyer out there, talk about the opportunity, and I mean, the same steps that we're using, just put in the new information.
Right. That's a great idea. One of the ideas that came up during the day today is to invest in printing off a lot of copies of the starter kit flyer
And
in every catalog for every party, so that every customer ends up with a copy of the starter kit.
That's a great idea.
Sure that it's in every host packet, every opportunity packet, of course, but every catalog for each guest. You don't know what they don't know, right?
Right.
Another way of refining that point. I mean, Mary, think about how cool it's going to be with all these parties that you have if every single one of those people ends up with a kit flyer.
Right.
That's
I'm
great.
going to need that BMW just to keep mileage to the parties.
I love that idea.
That's a good idea.
I think so. I'll go with you to the dealership.
Oh, great.
Awesome. I love it. Thank you so much, Mary. I appreciate it. And I appreciate you sharing.
Thank you.
So Terri, your group has done some really neat tweaking to your why story and the way that you all are constructing it. And I thought it was so brilliant. And I think this is a great opportunity for you to share that with us so that we can hear what's working for you all in your parties.
We see the why a lot. You guys have watched the videos and the trainings and sharing your why. But I don't know about you guys, but I think the worst thing I can hear at a party is after I share my why, good for you. Gosh, it's so good that you're doing this. Good for you. You've done really well with it. So that's not what I'm trying to when I share my why, that's not what I want them to hear. What I want them to hear is, yes, this has been good for me, but I want you to know how it's good for you. And I think a lot of times we miss that during our why. So if I'm standing up there and I'm sharing my why and I'm saying, I'm a stay-at-home mom, I have 3 little kids, I left the workforce so that I could stay home with them, and I got into direct sales and I started for income. Well, immediately, everyone who doesn't have kids is no longer listening to me. Anyone who works full-time is no longer listening to me. Anyone that maybe wouldn't do this for the income is no longer listening to me. So I thought, how can we share our why so that we're hitting women in all seasons of their life in that room that come, right, that come to the party. So what I was training on, what we were thinking about and brainstorming is, can we share our personal why in 45 seconds? Can we share it so that we say, this is why we started. This is the benefit I got from starting. And then go from that 45 seconds to a bridge of, no one comes to a party looking for a business, right? And I always nod and I wait for them to answer. No one comes looking for a business, but everybody is looking for more in their life, whether it's more income, more jewelry, more shoes, more friendships, more self-confidence. Everybody has a more. So I have found from this business that I loved the income opportunity and the challenges and the trips and the friendships. And I know you didn't come looking for a business, right? So that's my bridge, is I know you didn't come looking for a business, but women are finding that they can make some really great income doing this. I'm not really sure what your more is, whether you want more shoes or whether you want more jewelry, or whether maybe you need more self-confidence or you're looking for a challenge. But every woman is looking for something more in their life. And so here with this company, you have the chance for less than the cost of two of our most expensive pieces of jewelry to start a business and find your more with a company like Swarovski. And so I'm finding that by sharing the why that way, with 45 seconds of your personal why, so it is short, I will tell you, it is short. But how many times does someone talk, have you been to an in-home party and they're telling you their why, and all of a sudden you're thinking about, gosh, what time is it? I gotta get going. I need to place my order. I have to do this, I have to do that. And you start thinking about something else. So 45 seconds of your why into a bridge of no one comes looking for a business, into how you could take what you found from the business and relate that to all the women in every season of their life in that room. And I'm telling you, this has made such a huge difference. I went from having no sponsor leads to having so many more leads because women are thinking, oh my gosh, women that I never thought would be interested in the business. I did this a couple Fridays ago, and I have been to a party with this woman for years. And to be honest, she intimidated me a little bit. She's always carried herself very confident. She's kind of quirky and fun. And so I was doing this. And one tip I will give you is, when you do this, slow down. This is when I get the most nervous doing this part. But slow down and look at them in the eyes, because you could tell who's connecting with you. And she was nodding as I was talking about confidence. And afterwards, she came up to me and she said, you know what? I go through depression so often, and this is something I could really use. And you guys, I was totally shocked. I had no idea. But for me, sharing the why a little bit different, where it's just 45 short seconds about myself, because really they don't care about what this has done for me. They want to know what it can do for them. And so my challenge to you guys is to try this, to practice it with your upline leader, to do it over and over, because it takes a little bit till you're comfortable with it. But so I challenged Heather Taylor on my team and Nora also on my team to do this. And I'm going to have both of them share theirs so that you can hear two different versions of it. So Nora, I can see you. I can't see Heather's. I can see you on my screen. So I'm going to have you go first if you're okay with that.
And congratulations to Nora on reaching group leader.
Brand new group leader.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Finally, I'm so excited to be a part of such an elite group of women. So I'm very excited. But yeah, as Terri mentioned, we're a close team like all the other teams are, and we really came up as a group and sort of came up with a really great way of making this so much easier and less intimidating. And for someone like me who gets nervous and likes to talk a little bit too much, I practiced it, I've timed it, I've written it down, and it's something I know I'm excited to do at my next party, because I know it's going to just get easier and more comfortable as it goes. And I'm hoping that more sponsoring can come from it. So at any rate, this is sort of the gist of it, and pardon me, but I probably will be reading a little bit of it. So people who know me often ask me why I joined a business like this. Being as busy as I am, I just decided that I really wasn't looking for it, but it found me, and I'm so grateful that it did. It came at a time in my life when I just kind of needed more of something, whether that was more income for me, more time just spent on me, not sharing something with somebody else, more confidence and more socializing. It was the right timing for me. I mean, I've gone to 3 parties before this, and I never intended on joining a business. No one comes to a party looking for a business, but everybody, every person I know needs something more in their life. And for the price of 2 of my wrap bracelets, you can find your why too. You can find the more that you need in your life. Every woman deserves this. Everyone should do this. It truly is life-changing, and honest to God, it has changed me in so many ways. And I think that you, no matter where you are in your life, can do this.
Possibly I might start crying.
Nice job.
Put that out there.
That was,
If you know me, know that's not a shocker. But.
I'll be practicing more and more. But I think the point of what we talked about was that, when we do our Diva Dice events, all of our hostesses get up, or our consultants get up, and we talk about our different whys. And literally every single person has a different why and a different place they are in their lives, whether, someone is retired or someone, just had a baby and they need something to do at home or whatnot. And we sort of compiled it into be something that is very quickly about you, but more about everybody. So you're not leaving anybody out, like Terri said.
Yeah, that was great. Thank you so much, Nora. Thank you. Heather, I'm hoping Heather will pop up on my screen once she starts talking. Heather, are you there? You might have to, oh, there she is. Okay.
Hello.
Hello.
So before I do mine, I just wanted to share with everybody. Scarlett's new. She just signed on, when did she sign on? March 1st?
I think so.
I think it was March 1st. So she's new. I don't know if she's on the call, but she, we all practiced this together recently, and Scarlett had one of her first parties Friday, and she did it just like that. And at the end of her speech, she kind of got taken aback because someone said, "You really should be a motivational speaker," because she did it just like Nora did it, and it was so meaningful, and she really touched like a lot of people that were there. And she was like, oh, like totally caught off guard. She just was being true and, from her heart. So it made a difference.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought that was really cool. She was really nice for herself too. So here's my why. It's really funny because when we were practicing with Terri as a group, she's timing us and we're like, so we're trying to talk as quick as we can and still try to get our point across. And she's like, time's up. And I'm like, oh, but I haven't even know. So I've been practicing. This is half. So first I say, hi guys, thank you all for coming. I just wanted to share with you all why I decided to start this awesome business. I've owned a dance studio for over 19 years, and I deal with a lot of children. So I don't really get a lot of time to get out and have fun with people my own age. I went to 3 parties before I said yes. Each party, the consultant who's my current director asked me, and I said no, I was too busy. I have the dance studio. I have too much going on. And finally, I think it was 2 years later, she asked me again at another party, and it was just good timing. I was definitely looking for something more. And, I didn't go to any of these parties looking to start a business. But I love the jewelry so much that I just thought, you know what, I'm going to give this a shot. Everybody's looking for something more, guys. Whether it's more confidence, you want more friends, you want more money, you want to travel more. There's so much more out there. We all want something more. And so, think about it. What is your more? This company can help you get that more. And that's where I leave it.
So good. It's really good. And it's good because I feel like it gives us a chance to get to know why they started, but it also gets us connecting with, gosh, maybe I do want more. Mm-hmm. So you guys, thank you so much for sharing that. That's huge. And then from there, we go right into our Q&A. And so a simple transition to that Q&A is, so real quick, I've got this cute Swarovski charm. I'm going to let you ask me 5 things you want to know about the business. You could ask me, and then you give them sample questions. And it's just a smooth transition into that. So we talked about the incentives this month. The kit is awesome. This is the best kit I have ever seen. Those are probably the pieces that I sell the most of. So what we are going to do is we are going to have a Facebook opportunity event on Wednesday night at 9. I know we're very excited. So I'll have one for my team. Betsey's going to do one for hers, Lindsey for hers. So these events are super successful, and if they're done the right way. So here is how you want to do this. You want to add people to the event after you've talked to them. So you don't want to just get on there and invite 50 of your friends and then do nothing else with it. So you're going to add them to the Facebook event and make sure you're personally reaching out and asking them, hey, I am so excited about this opportunity. You're sending them the video. We will give you verbiage that you can use to reach out and invite people. So you're going to invite them to the event. It's Wednesday night at 9 p.m. We will create the event and share it onto our team pages. You're going to invite them, but you're also going to make sure that you're personally reaching out and letting them know, hey, do you want to jump on Wednesday night? You want to invite your hostesses for the month. That's so, so huge. Invite your hostesses this month. Make sure they are your best leads because they're willing to host a party. So are we asking all our hostesses ahead of time? Your past hostesses, any leads you've had in the past, anyone you just think should do this, anyone you want to do the business with. These are people you want to reach out to ask them if they're interested in hopping on. And if they say yes, it gives you a chance to really know, and they didn't get on, it's not a big deal because it gives you a chance to kind of find out, oh my gosh, I didn't realize she was interested. Last month on the call, we talked about reaching out to women that we felt were successful, and Cheryl Hogle trained on how she did that. She reached out to a whole bunch of women that she felt like were successful in some area in their life, and she offered the business opportunity. So I did that myself, and our team did it, and it made me literally sick to my stomach to do it, but I took her verbiage and I did it, and 2 women that I never in my life thought would be interested both said yes. Neither of them got on the event, but at least it gave me an opportunity to see, oh my gosh, they are actually interested, and I can continue to follow up with them. So I highly encourage you guys to really reach out to women that you find successful in any area of life and invite them, and use Heather's verbiage of you should do this, and invite them on Wednesday night. Even if they don't get on, they can go get on later. They can watch it recorded, but it gives you an idea of who might be interested and who you can follow up with. So the key is adding them to the event after you've reached out and asked them if they want to get on it or if they have any interest in it, and doing the reminders, because it really does give us an idea of who is interested and what they're interested in.
Great. That's great. Thanks, Terri.
Sure.
And to your point, this is a month, this is the key month to be proactive in approaching people about the business, because we have such a unique story to tell right now. If someone joins the team this month, they not only get this special starter kit, but they get to start their business with double host dollars at their launch party. They get to invite people to do parties at double host dollars this month. So this is a remarkable month for anyone to get started with our company. Mm-hmm. So with that, we want to shift gears over to the bookings and sales side of things. I told you that we were starting off with sponsoring because we have such a strong message this month. So let's shift gears a little bit and talk a little bit about some of the sales incentives that are available to us this month. I'm going to share with you this cute little video all about the sales incentives that are available to us this month.
And I'll just point out what they pointed out on the call this morning, that if Lindsey will be using her drinks for shots. But if you're like Betsey and me, they might be filled with chocolate pudding.
That's right. That was a pretty funny analogy. Like, who was putting pudding in theirs and who was planning to put
Yeah.
Something like vodka in there. Yeah.
Mine may or may not have vodka.
You mean it may or may not have anything but vodka?
I don't drink shots. I need a bigger glass than that.
Oh my gosh, you need a bigger, that's right. You need a glass with water and ice and everything, whatever else you put in there.
Right.
Okay. So before we move on, I wanted to share something really quickly. There is actually a list of all of the emails that'll be going out, the Keep in Touch emails. And this month, the company is sending 6 different emails on your behalf. Now, I hear from Banana Republic and Ann Taylor and White House Black Market at least twice a day. It's great for your customers to hear from you 6 times this month. The first one today that got sent out was about double host dollars and sponsoring the new kit. April 3rd is Mother's Day gifts. April 7th, the topic is double host dollars again. April 13th, this focuses on sponsoring again. April 18th, again, Mother's Day gifts. And then the 6th one is called Free Spirit Collection, and that's on April 23rd. So they are doing this and giving us a warm report to so we can see basically who is looking at these different links that are being embedded into these into the emails that are being sent out on our behalf. And we'll be talking a lot this month about how to use these reports for our best. Can we see a copy of the emails? I believe we can, Ginger. Mm-hmm.
I think we get it.
I'm sorry?
I think they send us a copy.
I think they send us a copy, yes. So that we can tailor our personal messages prior to each one, right? We just have to be watching our inboxes for those emails so we can see them before they actually go out. So these are the dates. Okay, so let's dive in. Lindsey's going to talk with us about what does double host dollars really mean to our hosts and to our businesses. So Lindsey, thank you for being willing to take up this topic for us.
Thanks, Betsy. Okay, so double host dollars. If I say to almost any guest besides past hostesses probably understand this, but if I say, oh my gosh, I'm going to give you double, they have no idea what doubles means, right? That's our jargon. So when we use the word doubles, that's really for us. And the purpose of doubles, I believe, truly 100% believe this is a gift. This is a gift to us. This is a gift to our businesses. Why? Because we can get in front of more people than ever before to grow our businesses moving forward and in the following months. So when you think of this as of doubles as a gift, how can we use this gift to its fullest, to take full advantage and really maximize having this opportunity to offer double to our hostesses? And when I think of that, I think to myself, okay, well, we want to, spell it out, show somebody. We have this little cute chart that they put out there in the email today. And so guess what? In a normal month, you'd get, let's pretend a $700 party. In a normal $700 party month, they would get $175 in free host dollars plus the $100 item for $19, which would be $275. And in a doubles month, they're going to get $350 for $19. So you see, I showed them that, wow, you're getting that much more when you're partying with me this month or something like that. And you could use it as your own, but just so you see that visual and you know what it means for you. But when you're reaching out to talk to people, sharing that excitement, oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I'm going to be able to double the amount that you're going to earn this month. I'm going to be able to give you double the amount for only $19. So if you earn $300, I'm going to give you $600, right? And use that. It's powerful, right? But the biggest, most important thing is hostess coaching to the max so that you really increase your attendance, so that you can utilize that opportunity to partner with that hostess to get those bookings, to give her those more 70% off items, and to have that full calendar so you have a growing business. So many times I've seen this over and over and over again. It's a doubles month. Everybody comes out of the woodwork. Oh gosh, I better sell. I get to give $75 more away. Those are the only months I care about a paycheck. Only if I get to give double jewelry away. So think about it like that. Utilize this to fill your calendar to where you want it to be. I don't care if you only want 1 party a month, 2 parties a month, whatever it is. Use this month as the vehicle to get you that filled calendar in May and June and July. And this will carry you through when you use it correctly. So I'm going to spell a little picture, and I don't mean this in a religious way, so please don't take any offense to this, but I want you to pretend that the Touchstone home office sparkle people smiled down on us and said, boom, here's the gift of doubles. Well, you can run with it, right? Run, and sparkle heaven, and you have endless bookings. Or you could be like, oh, I'm going to do nothing and see what happens, and sparkle purgatory is where you're at. Or you could do absolutely nothing with it and down to sparkle hell. So just think of it like that. And I know I'm dramatic, but it's the best way for me to think of it. Use it as a gift. They're giving it to us. Take it and run with it and build that calendar and hit your goals and bring yourself whatever income it is that you want, and use it as that true gift. And I know that I'm dramatic with it, but I truly mean it. Imagine having those 4 parties this month, 0 bookings each. Guess where you're at? Sparkle down below, okay? You're not in the sparkle heaven up there. Imagine if you took those 4 parties that you have this month and maybe you got 1 booking each. Now you have replaced your business for May. But say you got 2 parties each. Even if you only wanted 4 parties a month, you have a full May and a full June, especially with hostess coaching them, correctly and getting them excited about it. So what do you want to choose? To use this as a gift and maximize your time out of the house and really get your business working for you? Or do you want to say, hey, I just want to give more jewelry away and I'm not worried about my bookings? So put those best practices that you've heard Mary and Betsey and Terri talk about so far, and commit to your hostesses, commit to your business, and fill your calendar to wherever it is that you want to be. Because I really do believe that this month can carry you all the way through the summer until the next catalog comes out if you really line yourself up correctly. So here's the first part I'm going to give you is, think about this. I challenge all of you to book yourselves a wow party within 1 week for yourself. Who can you get in front of? Those Mother's Day gifts, Easter gifts, communions, confirmation, prom, graduation. Think of all the reasons people need to buy gifts and what amazing new pieces we have. Spring bling. What can you do with 1 week? And guess what else you can get with that? Have a $1,000 party, you're going to get $600 in free jewelry. That can buy you nearly all the pieces that come in our new kit, or any of the pieces you might be missing. So just think about that. Plus a paycheck. There's my host dollars and double hostess rewards in a nutshell. That's Any questions?
I would like to go to heaven, please. Sparkle heaven.
Me too.
Welcome, Betsey.
Welcome to Sparkle Heaven. I can hear Dan Cohen saying, welcome to Sparkle Heaven. Okay, I'd like to thank you, Lindsey. I want to introduce Stephanie Biter. Stephanie, where are you? So if you say something, you'll pop up on the front screen, I think. Hello. Where's Stephanie Biter? I know you're on. I saw you. We have to unmute you. Okay, you're unmuted now?
Can you hear me?
I can now. Yeah, thank you. So Stephanie started with us back in January. She quickly promoted to group leader, and she just earned the incentive trip to Hawaii. So congratulations to you, Stephanie. I want to ask you to share. You've learned a lot in 3 months with us. If someone said to you, Stephanie, how do I book my April with parties? Now that you've become an expert party booker, what advice would you give to somebody who needs to book parties this month?
Actually, I have a few of my new downline girls that just joined me in the last couple weeks. What I've said to them is pretty much, when you go into a party, it's all about mindset. So if you want to book your April, you have to have it in your mind that you're going to get at least 1 or 2 bookings from every party you go to. And we actually just got done doing a training with one of the girls that signed up with me last week. And she came out of it and she had a party booked before we were even done with the call. And I was like, see, it's all about mindset. Now, if you would have came into this video and not listened to us at all and didn't put forth everything we were telling you, everything we were teaching you, you would have left this video without any bookings whatsoever, and you would have started from square one. So I always tell my girls, when you go into a party, it's all about mindset, and it's all about planning. So if you know you're going to have one really good party, then you need to give that party your absolute all. If you know that your host is really good, she has like 12 guests coming, which was actually a situation that happened last week. Don't let that overwhelm you. Take it and run with it. So whatever you do to get your bookings from every other party, double that. double the energy you put towards it, and just be real with everyone. Offer them everything you can, as far as like, everything you can to get them excited, and just share the excitement. Keep that mindset and just go with it.
That's really excellent, very mature, experienced advice. I have a question. What if someone is just getting her calendar together at all in the first place? What kinds of words have worked for you in booking parties outside of parties? Anything in particular?
I've had a few of my friends that I've approached. They have never seen the jewelry yet. And what I really say to them is kind of like, have you ever heard of Swarovski? Have you ever heard of Touchstone? Have you ever seen how much Swarovski crystals sparkle? And I kind of just throw it like that. And when they say no, I know most of my friends don't like having parties. So when I approach them at all, it's kind of nerve-wracking. So I understand the whole nerve-wracking. You're not in a party setting, so how do you approach someone? Usually what I tell people is it's the same thing, mindset. So if you really want a party out of it, you kind of have to go into the situation prepared. So you can't just, if you're in a situation and you're not prepared because you really didn't think this was going to happen, what I always tell my girls is always have a line in your head of what you can say. Always be prepared of something that you can grab attention with. And that's usually the crystal or the sparkle or something of that nature, or even just a girls' night. So if you're sitting there talking with a group of people in a random setting and someone says, you know, I haven't been out of the house in months because of winter, I just need something for myself. Well, then there's your opportunity. Just kind of offer a girls' night. Offer everything that's fun about a party and just explain that a party should be fun. It's not work. And then I just kind of go from there.
That's great. Stephanie, I'm curious. You've had so much, just out of curiosity, you've had so much success over the last couple of months. What's in store for you in April? What are your goals for April?
My goal from April is kind of catching up on everything, including sleep. I can honestly tell you that in the last 2 weeks, I've probably gotten no sleep whatsoever.
Because you're also a full-time student too, right?
Yes, I'm a full-time student. I have 2 full-time jobs, and I'm doing 2 internships on top of this. And I can just to give you an idea of what my last 2 weeks have looked like, I have had a party every single day, or every other day for the last 2 weeks. And that was because a lot of the people that were booking with me, I did not have my March booked at all. I had probably 2 parties going into March, but I had parties scheduled for summer months, so May and June. And I reached out to every single person that I talked to about having a party, every single person that booked a party with me, and I convinced them to move it to March. And how I did that was pretty much just telling them, like, I'm trying to reach a goal. And I know, like, you wanted to have a party in the summer months, but if we have a party for you now, you're going to reap the benefits of having a party. And by the time summer comes around, it's been long enough, you can have another party. Wow. And actually, I've had several people do that. They've had 2 parties booked with me, one that happened in March and one that's in June or July. And so, yeah, April is all about catching up. I've been reaching out to a lot of people to let them know, like, thank you for everything that you've done to support my business thus far. And look what we've done together. Like, because of your support, look how far I've come. And a lot of people are appreciating that because they've said, like, with past parties they've had and such, no one reaches out to them after their party's over. So that's made a huge impact with everyone that I've reached out to. And actually, because of doing that, I've had 3 or 4 girls referred to me from past hostesses. So my April is filling up quickly. I didn't really want it to. Like I said, I kind of wanted to take it slow after the March that I had. But I'm never going to turn away a party. So I'm filling up very quickly.
That's wonderful. And some of it's from referrals.
Mm-hmm.
Stephanie, congratulations. You can go back to sleep now, honey.
Thank you. Thank you.
And we'll see you on the beach in Hawaii.
Yes, absolutely.
We'll make sure you get a nap when you get there.
Yeah.
That'll be fun. Thanks for letting us chat with you for a minute. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
So let's talk. Every month when we do this training, we talk about how each month has its obstacles and its opportunities. So I want to open it up for just a minute or two real quickly to all of you. Let's talk about what are the reasons that April could be hard to book parties? What are the objections that we're going to hear for the month of April?
Easter, and people might be getting together during that weekend. So that's why we have to book it for all the other times.
Okay, Easter.
Spring break.
Spring break. Okay. Anything else? Any other obstacles? Those are the two big ones. Okay. What about the opportunities? What are the good reasons that people would want to book a party in April?
Easter.
They need party.
They need gifts before Easter.
Right.
They need jewelry for
Mother's Day.
Right. Mother's Day. Gift.
I've had a lot of people reach out to me for proms.
Ooh, proms. You could do moms and proms parties.
Mm-hmm.
That's fun.
And have a wedding season.
Wedding season. Okay. What else? Anything else? What are some of the fun themes that you could use that you can offer in the month of April?
spring bling.
Love it.
We're doing a ladies' Easter egg hunt. So it's like sparkle and egg hunt. I can't remember what it's called, but we're going to have eggs and put different prizes in them and have a brunch and just kind of go from there.
That's awesome. Love it. Anything else?
I use the bling into spring with Touchstone crystal.
Oh, nice. Cute.
Swarovski in spring.
Nice. Anybody else? Any other creative ones? Those are some good ones. We're doing a fundraiser for Susan G. Komen at the end of the month, and it's Spring Fling, Boobs and Bling. Why not? It got your attention, didn't it? Okay, so be thinking about these obstacles, and when you're offering parties, be aware that you're going to be hearing about the Easter and the spring thing, spring break thing. And you might even head that off at the pass. And you could even say, I know everybody's getting ready for spring break and for Easter, but this is a great time to do a party because get twice the free jewelry. One of the things that I have found very helpful over the years is to say immediately when I'm offering a party, hey, my hosts this month can get $600 in free jewelry with a $1,000 party. What do you think? Short and sweet and to the point. $600 with a $1,000 party, because I want them all thinking about a $1,000 party. We don't want them thinking about a $600 party. We want them focusing on $1,000 in free jewelry, $1,000 in sales, and $600 in free jewelry. That's our gold standard when we're offering parties to people right now. Okay, does that make sense? Any other set of numbers is just going to confuse things, and it's not going to get the hostess what she deserves, which is the most free and that's possible. Okay, the last thing that we're going to do is dive in and show you, let's see. Forgive me while I share my screen one more time to show you another thing that the company gave us. Not immediately today. This was something that happened. Let's see if I can find it now. This was, did they load this already, guys? The New York trip, or is it just in the email?
It's loaded, Betsy. It's the second slider on the main page.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
Yes. All right, ladies, it's time to sparkle in the city. Let's take a look. Maybe time to sparkle in the city. We can only hope. All right, anybody else want to go? I know I would love to. I think that looks fantastic. So let's talk a little bit about the Sparkle in the City trip and how this plays out. Essentially, it's 2 nights, 3 days in New York City on the tab of Touchstone Crystal. We'll be staying at the Park Lane Hotel overlooking Central Park. There is a show involved. We get to tour NBC Studios, visit Top of the Rock at Rockefeller Center, and we get to shop in Swarovski's flagship store. So the qualification timeline is April 1st to June 30th. It started today when we sell $15,000 in commissionable sales with a minimum of $4,000 each month. And we sponsor 3 Glambassadors over the 3 months who qualify no later than July 10th. Now, what I want you to think about is that $15,000 in sales at 30% or 40%. 30% if you're not a group leader yet with 3 people on your team minimum, and 40% if you are a group leader. Your income would be either somewhere between $4,500 and $6,000. That's just from your own personal commissionable sales. What would you do over the next 3 months with between $4,500 and $6,000? That is a lot of money for your pocket, for your family. What could you do with that money just by selling $15,000? Now, so how does that break down? On average, that is a total of 20 parties between April, May, and June. There are 12 weeks between, maybe 13, between April, May, and June. So let's say half of the weeks you do 1 party, half of the weeks you do 2 parties, and maybe you kick in an extra party or 2 if your average is more than $750. So what we've done is come up with a $750 party average at $15,000, and that's what we've come up with 20 parties. Now, the key though is that if you front load April using double host dollars month at $7,000 this month in April, then all you have to sell is $4,000, which is probably 5 parties in both May and in June, in order to earn almost $6,000 in income. Here's the really interesting thing. By the time you have sponsored 3 Glambassadors, if you're not a group leader yet earning 40% pay, you will be by the time you complete this special plan. They've come up with a really cute little tracking chart that you can use, and you can color it in. And for every $1,000 in jewelry that you sell, you will get to start coloring in your Christmas tree, and you make your way all the way up to the top until you fill it in for NYC Here I Come, and you get to fill in each of the 3 diamonds for each of the Glambassadors that you help into business. So that is how we will all make it to NYC together in December. I know it's really hard to fathom Christmas, but let me tell you, when we get to December 1st, you're going to be really glad that we have someplace so special to go together that's going to be festive and really kick off our holiday season in style. So I want to turn it over to Terri O'Neill. She has a really special interview with somebody who I just think is the bee's knees. So thanks, Terri.
Thank you. Thank you. Angie Colby, if you will unmute. There she is. I'm excited to introduce Angie on here. I said earlier, Angie's earned, this will be her 3rd all expense paid trip. And, you know, it's super exciting, and I'm excited that she's on here to share, because I think that what she's going to share tonight is the biggest key to success in the business, 100%. And she had a total shift in this, and you can tell her shift. We were looking at numbers today. She's doubled her income, doubled her team in I think 6 months, if even that. So I am so excited that she can share this with you, because I think it's so beneficial for all of us to hear this. So Angie, thank you for getting on with me. Just like I said, we noticed such a big difference in your business, and you shared, when we talked about that, you shared with me that you've been changing how you look at things. And over the last few months, we've seen a shift. Can you share your change in mindset with us?
Yeah, I'm going to be brutally honest. Can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah.
Okay. When I first started, I was all about party count. I did not sponsor unless I had to, just to keep group leader, because I was afraid to get out of, I was afraid to lose the party circle. And you guys don't laugh at me, but I remember sitting at Glam Jam on opening night, the lights went down and I got all teary-eyed, and I decided this is where I want to be. And the bad part about it, well, it's where I wanted to be, but it took me quite a while to change my mindset of how to move me forward. So I had to think about what this business has to offer and what it's offered me. Friendship, extra money, being surrounded with people, ladies that have similar goals. I'm having fun, meeting new people, new connections, travel. Oh my gosh. I can't even explain how it's different, but it shifted. It shifted. I'm excited to actually, this has nothing to do with me, but I'm really excited to go back and look at my number ones, the people that circled no from the previous consultant. So I'm ready for that. But
so what do you think was the biggest change that you made once you shifted? What was the biggest change?
Oh my gosh. Well, I believe in the process, and I really believe in the company. I believe in me, but the biggest thing, and I think it was Lisa Snow that shared this, was it's just a stick of gum. I believe in our opportunity, but when she made it so simple about it's just a stick of gum, it kind of took the pressure off, and it has completely changed the way I look at everything. If I offered the opportunity to someone and she says, no, it's not going to kill me. We're both going to live. It's going to be fine. She'll miss out, but it's just a stick of gum.
Mm-hmm. And so once that changed for you, how did that impact your business?
Let's see. I'm having a lot more fun. I'm sharing it a lot more freely. My team is growing, and I think we're all having more fun. I don't know. I even spoke to a lady that I saw in Target, and I kind of stalked her, for a couple aisles before I approached her. Not really. I didn't do that, but I did approach her. No, I really did. I did stalk her, but yes.
Oh my gosh.
And now, because your confidence level changed in what you had to offer, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. And so how do you think that your mindset influences earning trips now that the New York trip was announced?
Oh my gosh. Mindset is huge. You come up with a plan and you stick with it. You reach out to your upline. It is so important. If you believe you can do it, you can. If you don't, you don't. I will share with you, last night, my husband asked me, after looking at the computer, waiting for that little green check mark to say I'm qualified. He said, did you ever have any doubt? And I said, no. I said, I never doubted I'd earn it, but there were days that I didn't feel like working for it.
Mm-hmm.
but I never doubted that I'd earn it. It was my mindset. It was going to happen, and I did stay focused on it.
That's awesome. Thank you, Jamie. And what advice would you give someone who says they want the trip, but they don't think they can earn it?
They need to change their mindset. It's if you don't think you can, you're not. It's that simple. Change your mindset, and you'll do it.
That's huge. Thank you, Angie. Thank you for that. I appreciate that. You guys, mindset is so huge. It shifted everything for her. And now she has this growing team of women who also have similar mindsets. And it makes such a big difference. You know, and so I would encourage you guys, once you decide you want to earn this trip, don't just make a plan and then just set the plan down. Work the plan and reach out to your upline leader, to your sponsor, because they will partner with you and help you earn this trip. It's so doable.
Can I ask Angie a question real quick? One of the things that people will say to me is like, well, it sounds really simple to just change your mindset, but how do you change your mindset? So I was just curious, like I know what I would recommend to somebody on what they do, but I'm curious what you did to actually, like, was it just automatically, okay, I'm going to look at it differently? Like, how did that process happen for you?
That's a great question. No, it wasn't automatic, because I've heard Betsey and I've heard Terri and I've heard Lindsey, and everybody gives us the great advice, and I heard it and it didn't click. It took hearing, you know, sponsoring moves you forward and party count. That's where you're going to find your sponsors. But it took me quite a while, but at some point when it finally all came together, it did, and it turned. That big gum thing was it's a stick of gum, was huge for me for whatever reason. That was huge. Okay. But it did take time. It was not instant. But I got it. I bought into the whole kit and caboodle. So that's it.
Thank you.
I love it. Thank you. That's awesome. Thank you, Terri. Thanks, Angie. I appreciate that. Let's shift to one last thing here. And I want to talk to Shanna Campbell. Lindsey, Lindsey and Terri, do we have anybody else talking about Glam Jam, or is it just Shanna? Right. Okay, great. So the last thing that we want to be talking about is Glam Jam coming up in late July. Is the 26th to the 28th. Lots of details have been released, and we were just given some really good details today about times of different activities and things. But before we go, it's important for us to share with you the benefit, not just the details about Glam Jam. And so I wanted to ask Shanna Campbell just to speak for 1 minute about what Glam Jam has meant to her experience with Glam Jam, and how it really so pivotally changed her business.
Yes, hi ladies. Glam Jam is an experience like no other. This will be my 5th time attending, and I've never missed it since the first time I went, because you're surrounded by so many inspiring women. They give us so many tools to help move our business forward. They treat us amazingly and give us free sparkle. That's always fabulous. And the tools that I've learned it's mind-blowing. Your head will hurt from all the information, but then you have to go home and put into action the things that you've heard, because women share their stories, because everybody's got a different why and a different story. And the energy in the room to be surrounded by so many powerful, uplifting women is mind-blowing. And it's a definite not to miss. And early registration ends on May 15th. So be sure to get registered.
What day does it end?
May 15th.
May 15th for early bird. And what price do new consultants get in their first full month in business, or how does that work?
Oh, I thought, do they get a special rate?
Is there a special rate? Okay, so Liz knows. Liz, can you share with us how the special rate works?
Sure. New consultants in their first full month of business. See, that I know that deadline was for anyone from December, January, February, whatever. They have till May 15th at the rate, and then any consultant in their first full month of business can go for $99 rather than the $199.
Wow, I didn't know that. Awesome.
They'll get it when they join, they'll get a special email from the company that has a special code that they will use, and the company will verify the code, make sure that they're actually new.
Awesome.
But yeah, exciting.
It is. Okay. Thank you, ladies. I appreciate it. All right, to close this out, I'm going to hand it back over to Lindsey Cavanaugh.
Oopsie. I was frozen. Maybe now I'm back. But okay, thank you so much, everybody, for joining us. Sorry that we went a little bit over, but it was such great information. I wrote down so many pages of notes, it's not even funny. But lastly, our call to action is personally reach out and invite 3 people to our Opportunity Facebook Live events on Wednesday evening, and book your own wow party and one other for the month of April. So let's do this. Let's knock them dead, and let's all stay together in a growing pipeline and business.
Thanks, Lindsey.
So, thank you,
Terri,
everybody.
and thank you, Lindsey. We appreciate it.
Have a great night, everybody.
Bye.
Thanks, everybody. Go get them. Let's go to New York together. Woo! Woo! I can't wait to see what you all earn this month. It's going to be a really fun month.
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone. Thanks, ladies. Yes, Wendy, I will. We will do this. Yes.